I want a corporate career. I want to be facilitated by whoever may need my product. I would like to be available and working. But I don't want idol worship. And I do not want to be this mystic for people. I want to be clear. And I also, especially because I work with kids and I enjoy being an educator, I want everybody to know how far they can take it within themselves, because I've done this all on my own. I have not been trained in much of anything. I've trained myself, and I've dealt with myself. And I do think that we spend so much time trying to impress each other that we're not impressing each other, you know, because we're not impressing ourselves. We're not influencing ourselves. We're letting everyone else influence us. Well, how are we going to be influential on each other if we don't spend more time with ourselves? There's a difference between making and manufacturing, if that means anything. The person who took the time to bead a whole dress and the person who took the time to design it, they're both great artists. But if you're using that manufacturer because you already know you could do it, and I just need this production move faster. Okay. It's a big difference than just going to the producer to make it move faster. Make what move faster? What are you doing? What are you giving? And how long are you going to be able to give it if you just start looking for someone else's influence to tell you what's going to happen next? It's not going to work like that. In the studio with me is always changing. I'm growing up in the studio. I've been a live artist. I've been on stage singing jazz, having to really learn quick application of my instrument and knowing how to be creative and improvisational. And then I had to learn how to transfer that on record so that I got what I wanted out of it. And then I realized, like, that's not actually gonna always transfer. That's not the same thing. So now, being in the studio with me is always my personal adventure to see who I'm gonna be and what I'm gonna actually lay down. My album is called The Shivers. This first album is about a proper introduction to my sound and myself. I would say these are songs about love and homage and survival, because that's where I'm at. I have songs that have been influenced by a lot of world music influences. I sing in Portuguese. I'm learning Creole. Very much love South African choral music. Hand clapping, personal rhythm that I'm bringing to a lot of the songs. It's exciting to do in the middle of my recordings. It's exciting to hear how many sounds and like how much rhythm is within myself, aside from my whole rhythm section and my drummer and everything, how much I myself bring to the table and what the things that I'm doing on my own are doing to me and doing to the people who hear me. That kinetic energy is very important to me on this album. I've written all of the songs.
You wrote everything?
Mm-hmm. Yes. There's all these issues of love and all these issues of home and survival and staying alive and all these issues of which way to go. And I would say the peak of this album is that comprehension of which way to go and how to handle love and how to handle life. And you will hear that in a very celebratory way. I feel that this album is very much like a wave where it's all cool, but you know, it definitely has its peaks and its falls emotionally. But I wasn't afraid to admit to, you know, how it feels to deal with loss and how it feels to deal with certain types of change and how it feels to be in the middle of things you can't change, you know, or accept what you can't change. So